Let's bring in our boy. We got our boy. Let's go fire away the highlights for our guy here.
Minute 19 to go. Still 109-101. Jackson-Davis goes up and he slammed it down over Wembanyama down the lane with the hammer. Oh my goodness. And a foul. What a surprise that was. Nobody expected that. Just threw it down on Wembanyama. Elevation sensation.
Trayce Jackson-Davis. Oh! He put the entire country of France in the basket. Take that 8-foot wingspan with you. That is his welcome to the league moment.
Somehow, some way, Trayce Jackson-Davis slipped to the 57th pick, and the Warriors selected him out of Indiana in round number 2, and they do not regret it. What a week for Trayce Jackson-Davis. Last Wednesday against the Bucks, he blocks Giannis Antetokounmpo twice in the same possession, then runs down the floor, catches an alley-oop from Stephen Curry. Save sequence, career-high tying 4 blocks in that game. Last night, he goes 6-7, 13, 10, and 5. Where's the 5 dimes go? We kept talking about that last night, Trayce Jackson-Davis, as we welcome you to the Morning Roast for the first time. Our roasters love you. Joe Shasky, the Butcher, my co-host, loves you. I'm Bonte Hill, of course, TJD. All right, how many times have you watched the dunk back? Come on, is it over under 50 times you watched the dunk back last night from as you posterized Wemby?
No, I watched it a few times. It's funny when like a big play like that happens because everyone wants to send it to you, like you haven't seen it.
They're tagging you in it. Yeah,
I've seen it a few times. So it was a great play. I got a step on him, so I'm glad I could finish it.
Dude, you almost ripped a couple in his face. Was that? I mean, I know that's part of your game, trying to get up over guys, but I thought you almost threw down a couple last night on him.
Yeah, what I really wish I could get back was the lob. It just kind of. It was on my fingertips. I think if I would have got a hold of that one, that would have been sweet.
Do you play video games, Trayce?
Yeah, here and there.
Yeah, I mean, seeing Victor on my television set like that, he looked like a created player that I made when I was 13 years old. I mean, that guy, he's humongous.
It's crazy. He's literally like I'm at his shoulder when I'm guarding him.
So what's the strategy when you're not blowing by him for dunks and posterizing him? If you are in the block for a typical post-up position with Wemby, what is his strategy against a guy like that who's so long and athletic?
I think just the biggest thing is just getting him away from the paint. There was a few times where I got it on the roll and I saw him in the corner of my eye and I was like, this is going to get blocked. So I just pulled it back out and then set a screen for Clay and then hopefully he goes up or he drops and get them a shot.
Yeah, I've noticed, we were talking about it when you had the really good game against Giannis, your ability with the lower body to kind of use your leverage and to get physical below the belt, as I like to say, is so subtle. Did you learn that in Indiana, or is that something you've been working on at the NBA level?
I think it's a little bit of both. At Indiana, obviously I wasn't guarding Giannis or Wemby, but I was guarding some pretty heavy-set dudes like Zach Edey, was probably 300 pounds. Kofi Cockburn was 290 pounds. They're 7-footers, and so it's something that you always work on with leverage and stuff of that nature.
We're talking to Trayce Jackson-Davis, rookie out of Indiana, 57th overall pick, and I think the Warriors hit a home run with this pick, man. He's been solid for them. Now in the rotation, dunking on everybody, and the rapport you have with Chris Paul. We've watched Chris Paul. Heck, you probably watched Chris Paul just like us his entire NBA career, the way he sets up his bigs for lobs and rolling. When did you feel like it started clicking with Chris Paul? Was it in training camp? Was it early in the season? Because it feels like you guys are always on the same page, TJD.
I think it was actually pretty later, honestly. I think it was just that first Toronto game that we played, not Toronto, but Portland game that we played, and then we played Boston, and they were like, okay, we see what you can do, young fella. Now you got to do it every time. And then after that, obviously he got hurt for a little bit, and then when he was hurt, we got some reps in during practice and stuff to build more chemistry, and then he came back, and then I feel like just ever since then we've been getting reps, and it's great.
Who's got the most irrational confidence on the team? Most people would probably say
Brandon Podziemski.
Why do you say that so quickly?
We would have said Kuminga, TJ.
Yeah.
Kuminga's up there too, but Brandon's confidence is off the charts. That man.
Why, but when did you notice that? Because there's been a lot of reports about early on in camp, he's challenging Draymond. Were you taken back by how confident he was?
No, I'm not taken back at all. But just the way that he carries himself, it's great. He's got that chip on his shoulder as well. And just the way that he plays, you can see when every time he shoots it, he thinks it's going in. He misses a shot. He's like, that should have went in. Like, he's mad at himself. Like, dude, you're not going to take every shot, brother. But
you guys have a really good rapport, you and Brandon, of course. But how nice is it for you personally? I know you were waiting at the bend, and it's tough for a young player, especially on a team that has championship players and Draymond Green, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Wiggins, Looney, championship head coach. So it's tough to crack a rotation when you're such a young player. How was it being patient there? And now finally you're being rewarded with minutes, but how difficult was it for you to try to bide your time to get some playing time on this roster?
It was difficult at first. Obviously coming from being a 4-year college player, starting every game, and then not playing at all, it's different. But at the same time, I had great vets. The coaches were always in my corner, just telling me what I needed to do to get ready. The vets helping me what I needed to do to get ready, still are doing that. And then just buying your time. I remember we were in our rookie training session at Summer League, and they were talking about it's not going to come right away. He said sometimes you got to wait your turn. Sometimes you got to let things develop. And so I was just being patient, waiting, just going out there every time I got a little bit of minutes, playing as hard as I can. And that's just what I'm going to continue to do.
Yeah, you've instantly become a fan favorite, and people are loving watching you ascend to what you're doing this year. You guys had a big poker tournament on Friday. I don't really care about who won that particular tournament. Who's the worst poker player of all you guys?
I feel like there's a few dudes on the team that don't know how to play. So,
well, who's the best then?
I would say myself. Even though I went out, I would still say myself. And Draymond's pretty good too.
Really, I heard Draymond really gets after it in the poker tournament.
Shocking.
Steph wasn't there, but I heard Steph has won it like the last 4 years. So
what's he not good at, Trayce? Like seriously, I feel like this guy would be great at darts, billiards, like everything. Like what's he not good at?
I couldn't tell you. He's different.
He is different. He's one of one. I mean, seeing it up close and personal, does it really shock you? I got to imagine as a young kid, you're playing at Indiana, you're watching the NBA,
yeah.
And obviously you've been watching the NBA your whole life, and you see Steph, you're like, all right, that's ridiculous. But what is it like up close and personal to see him put into work day in and day out?
It inspires you. When your best player, when your leader works as hard as he does, even though he's already a bona fide Hall of Famer, like that just shows what the organization is, and everyone follows suit. And so just watching him and the way that he carries himself, how he is around people, just his demeanor, it's everything. It goes a long way. And people want to play and be a part of that because he's a great leader and a great teammate.
You know, the last couple of years with the Warriors, it feels like you got all the older guys and then you got all the younger guys. And so it feels like this year's team is just a little more connected. What are you younger guys doing on the road? Are you guys all hanging out together? Do you go your separate ways? Are we all playing video games? Are we going out? Like take me through some of these road trips with the young guys.
Yeah, it all depends. Sometimes we'll go out to eat. Sometimes we'll hang out. But we're all together usually. We'll have team dinners and stuff of that nature. But I think the camaraderie really started when Steph did our team. We had some team vacation type things that we did in August and September to where all the guys could see each other, hang out a little bit, and have some fun. We did one in LA and one in Vegas, and so when we did that, and then everyone kind of got to know each other, I think it was pretty cool. You know,
TJ, I got to ask you just about the Bay Area. Some of the restaurants you've been to, some of the things you've explored here in the market. What are some of the restaurants you like to go eat to? Maybe you don't want to say the name, or maybe you could just say the type of food.
Yeah,
so we don't get no stalkers.
Sushi. What is the thing, man?
Sushi's a huge one. A few steakhouses out there. There's a lot of places. I've hit a lot of places.
So,
honest.
Are you in or out on In-N-Out?
I'm in. I'm from California. I visit there a lot. In-N-Out is always got a special place in my heart.
So now I want to know more about you, man. Like, okay, you said you do play some video games, Fortnite, Call of Duty, 2K. Like, what are we playing? Like, tell me, PS5, Xbox. Like, walk me through this.
I got both systems, but I've been playing PS5 as of lately. But Call of Duty, huge Call of Duty player, and then I play a lot of FIFA actually.
Oh, who's your soccer team?
Now
then?
Here we go.
Who's your soccer team?
Excited.
Real Madrid is the team that I use.
Wow, Real Madrid. That's almost like a cheat code, man.
Okay. I was using them last year though, and so I got to carry it over.
There you go.
Last year was really teams Benzema and Vinny.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Mbappe's going to be joining Real Madrid soon,
They
man.
got a squad coming.
No, they definitely got a squad. How much college basketball do you watch now that you're in the pros? Because I find it for ourselves, we're like, man, we used to be big college school fans. It's tough. That's why we didn't know much about you coming out of Indiana, because out here in the West Coast, we're covering the Warriors every single day. How much have you I've had to adjust my schedule here. I can't watch as much college hoops as I want to.
I try to watch my college whenever I can, just because, I think Draymond said it best. He's like, when you still got guys that you played with on the team, want to watch them and see them succeed. And so I think, that's the biggest thing for me. I've been trying to watch them, but every time they have a game, it's 9, and we play at 7, so it's hard. But if we don't have a game, I'm always watching.
I love that. I love that right there. Who's your favorite football team?
Football?
Yeah, football. Are you a big football fan?
I'm not a huge football fan. I would say the Ravens, though.
Ravens.
Oh.
Wow. Well, good news for you.
I like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, well, if you like the Ravens, they just signed Derrick Henry to a 2-year contract for about $20 million.
That's a great acquisition.
Better and better. He's a beast like TJD. Like, if Derrick Henry is a basketball player, I could envision him being like you, TJD. Or it just seems like he just want to break the rim every single time.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's play a little game of this or that. All right, you got to pick one of these two. All right, Curb Your Enthusiasm or Sopranos.
What'd you say?
Curb Your Enthusiasm or Sopranos.
Sopranos.
Okay.
Oh.
Xbox or PS5.
PS5 as of right now.
Okay. Ribeye steak, ahi tuna.
Ribeye.
Come on.
Avengers or Star Wars.
Oh, that might be the question of the day. I have to say Avengers. Star Wars has a special place in my heart.
My
You're
guy.
a Star Wars
Let's
fan?
go, my guy.
TJD,
Let's go.
I can't believe
Mandalorian?
it.
What are you rocking? What are you rocking?
Everything. Mandalorian, Ahsoka. I've watched it all.
How about Bad Batch?
Bad Batch, yep.
TJD.
Look at my guy.
TJD. See, it's hard.
Dante has never seen Star Wars, and I think it's one of the most ridiculous things ever. He won't. I'm like, bro,
I have a
you
hole
need
in
to
my
watch
game,
it.
TJD.
It's a game changer.
I have a hole in my game. The game come out with 50 different Star Wars. I don't know where to start.
I feel that. It's like one of those things, you watch it, and the first time you watch it, you're like, especially the older ones, the original six movies, and you're like, but then it just grows on you.
All right, who's the artist? Who's the artist that's stuck on your playlist right now? Sometimes I hear a song and I just play it over and over and over and over again, and I go down the rabbit hole. Who's that guy or gal for you right now?
Right now, we've been listening to. Who have I been listening to?
Who's good right now? It's 21 Savage.
Tell me it's not Taylor Swift.
I've been listening to what's it called? Calm Down by Rema a lot.
I like that. I like that. I've had the 21 Savage on the playlist.
A lot?
A lot. That's a little older. He has some new stuff, man, with Travis Scott that was pretty good there. Movie genre. A gangster movie?
Yeah.
Comedy? Horror? What are you watching?
Probably comedy.
All right, so let's get into the heavy hitters here. All right, you show up to camp, and it's Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Steph Curry. Who are you the most afraid to introduce yourself to?
Draymond.
Why is that?
Oh, it's not even that I'm nervous. It's more just the fact that he's the most intimidating out of them.
What's the thing that people?
I wasn't really scared, but when I did, he was super friendly, He's a great teammate, but that should probably be the answer. Yeah, Klay and Steph, I saw them early because Draymond wasn't around yet, and they were at the facility a few times, and so I saw them and introduced myself right away. And then they were telling stories about Draymond, and I was like, oh.
How cool is it? Have you been on Clay's boat yet? Clay came in on the boat Wednesday. We kind of knew he was going to have a good game. He was feeling good. Have you been on the boat yet?
I haven't. I need to, though. He keeps talking about it, but
yeah, you got to get on there with Rocco the deckhand or whatnot. How is Clay though as a teammate? He just seems like nothing ever gets to him. Like I love Clay because he shows how vulnerable he is. He shows how much he cares, and I think that human element that he shows as a professional basketball player is really endearing. But he does have it. You know, we got China Clay, we got Toaster Clay, we got Boat Clay. How is he as a teammate, man? Rolling with Klay Thompson.
He's a great teammate. He's funny. If he says something on his mind, he's saying it. And but he's a great teammate. He's always telling me when we play. He's always like, "Be ready, TJ. If they step out, I'm giving it." Like, I think we built a great chemistry. But a great teammate.
So, what's the area of your game like that you're really concerted on working on moving forward? Obviously, during the season, it's really difficult, but every offseason, guys try to add layers to their game. What's some things that you're thinking about with your game now that you've had a little taste of the NBA that you think you really need to work on in the coming years?
My shooting's probably my biggest thing, but at the same time, it doesn't need to be like where I have to be a 45% shooter. It's more just trying to make the defense honest and be able to pick and pop, have them close out, and then I can rip and drive by them. That's something I did a lot at IU. And so I think that's a big thing. Free throws, I've been struggling on them, but those are just continue to get repetition on them. In practice, I'm knocking down 80 to 90, so it's just a mental block that I got to get over. And so I think those two things are the biggest things, and then just continue to work with the staff on my defense, being able to switch and guards is big for me.
You know, TJD, every time we interview you, we come away more and more impressed with you. You're very articulate. You seem to know what you need to work on. You know your strengths and weaknesses. You've been a perfect fit for this organization and this region. Can't wait to get to know you more, TJD. Continue to play well. What a highlight last night. But overall, you're just playing some really good basketball. And I think Warrior fans are loving the way you're playing. Attacking the hoop, playing above the rim, blocking shots, man. Dub Nation can't get enough of you right now, TJD.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
I'll be looking for that gamer tag on FIFA, bro.
Yeah, it's Star Wars. We got to talk about your Star Wars affiliation, man. I don't know about that one, man.
Absolutely.
What a great
All right, Trayce. Good stuff, man. Awesome, man. Awesome to spend some time with you.